You are in the rant stream where I rant about whatever my $10 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's from Muse of Salzburg, who says, rant about the average American's lack of worldliness. Personally, I thought the whole joke about how Americans think they're the only country in the world was way overblown, but when I visited the USA for the first time last year, I did find that a lot of people there had limited knowledge of other countries. From a disinterest in foreign media to immigrants assimilating into American culture without sharing any of their own, at least publicly, to just general self-absorption, what do you think makes the rest of the world so inaccessible to Americans, and what could be done to improve it? Alright. So I think that the issue with Americans, part of it is that America in itself is huge and diverse. So we already have what feels like a bunch of different countries inside of our country. You know, we have our own ideas about the different states. We have to memorize 50 of the fuckers, know, you know, bits of things about their individual cultures, which are represented in our media. But, like, I think the biggest, most totalizing thing about American media is that we have Hollywood. And Hollywood is by far the biggest cultural force, media-wise, that there is. And I think that most Americans, most of our understanding of the world, that doesn't come from school, comes from the media we consume. And since so much media is created in America, we don't tend to consume a lot of media from outside of America, unless it provides something that we really can't get out of American media, which is pretty much the biggest reason that anime is so popular in the U.S., is that it's one of the few cultural products of another, country that just is so different from what we do over here that it offers you something very different. But it really has taken decades for people to even acquire the taste for that here, because they were so underexposed to it. And I think just in general, Americans don't feel like they have to be preoccupied with the rest of the world. We feel like we don't need to care about what's going on in those places, partly because they are literally physically incredibly distant. Like, unless you live in the north near Canada or in the south near Mexico, where those countries do have a lot of impact on people's lives. Like,
oh my God.
Living in Rochester, Canada is highly relevant. What?
This is great. This is high fashion.
I love it. I'm so happy. This is my favorite plot thread in this game.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyways, I think that Americans just generally feel like the rest of the world is so far away and so irrelevant to them and has nothing to do with them. And Americans are also impatient about new things, and they don't like things that they feel like other countries look down on us and doubt our values. And so I think that they in turn have this sort of knee-jerk aggression towards a lot of other cultures, that like, how dare you look down on America? We really believe in our values, we really celebrate them, and we want to see them represented in our media. But like, it's just we have so much information about ourselves that, like, even I guess the way I would put it is that it's not necessary to branch out. And, like, you look at anywhere else in the world, American media is hugely influential. It is a part of their culture. America itself does not really have much of anything from around the world, because we will not watch shit with subtitles, and, we will not, just won't go outside of our comfort zone. Like, if you go to a lot of places in America, I think a lot of America is ignorant about a lot of America. I think a lot of America really doesn't know, like, their idea of what America is just where they live, that is actually not very indicative of what America is. So, like, if you go to somewhere like Oklahoma, where we went to a very small town near Tulsa to go to the what's the word?
Their public
family
reunion.
Family reunion. The like restaurants that are there, it's all like Mexican or steak. Like, that's what you got. It's like American or Mexican. There ain't nothing else. There ain't no goddamn Asian food. There's no other shit. It's like,
well, in Tulsa
these are the cultures. Yeah, but not in that town.
No, it's a small town.
So, like, the average small town in America just has no even influence of other cultures, no exposure to it. You know, so they just don't even think about it. Whereas somebody like me, who, because when I was young, I was exposed to, you know, stuff from Japan, and that was like what made the biggest impact on me. I had like a natural sense of like, okay, well, if stuff from Japan is cool, stuff from other places is probably cool too, you know, and like seeking that kind of stuff out. But I don't think the average American ever even considers that stuff from other places is also cool.